everyone. Today we're going to read the story Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, so now looking here, Mary lives on a farm with her little lamb. And the little lamb says, "Ba, ba, I love Mary." Mary says, "It's time for school. Goodbye, little lamb." But ba, ba, the little lamb says, "I want to come too." Mary says, "Sorry, you can't come." The lamb says, "I want to come too. Ba, ba." No, be patient and wait here. And Mary goes to school. The lamb says, "I'm going to school too." Mary arrives at school. The children say, "Hi, Mary. Is that your lamb?" says one girl. Mary says, "Uh-oh, you followed me." The girl says, "It's cute. Can I pet it?" The boy says, "Can I pet it too?" Mary says, "Yes, you can." And the children say, "Yay!" And then they sing the song, "Mary has a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary has a little lamb, its wool is white as snow." Okay, great job. All right, so now, taking a look here. Oh, then there's other children come to school, and they see the lamb. The girl says, "Oh, I don't like animals." And the one boy says, "Ew, a smelly farm animal." The other boy says, "Mrs. Smith is coming." Mary quickly takes the lamb and hides it in her cabinet. "Shh, hide in here," she says. Let's see what happens. And then, Mrs. Smith comes into the class and she says, "Good morning." And the children say, "Good morning, Mrs. Smith." Yes, and Mrs. Smith asks, "What time is it?" The children say, "It's 9 o'clock. Mrs. Smith says, "It's 9 o'clock. It's time for math class." The lamb is inside the cabinet and says, "I'm bored. I miss Mary." And there's the lamb. The lamb comes out and finds the boys' math homework and starts eating it. Oh no, the lamb says, "This looks yummy." The girl says, "Uh-oh." And the boy says, "Hey, stop it. Mrs. Smith, a lamb is eating my paper." Everyone laughs. Okay. And then, Mary has to go and apologize to Mrs. Smith. Mrs. Smith says, "Why is there a lamb here?" The one girl says, "It's Mary's lamb." "Mary, this is against the rules." "Yes, Mrs. Smith, I'm sorry." And Mrs. Smith takes the lamb and ties it in the back of the classroom. "Stay here," she says. Okay, let's see what happens next. Okay, and then Mrs. Smith asks the class, "What time is it now?" "It's 10 o'clock. It's time for music class." "Yay," says the children. "Let's sing our song. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, bat." That was the lamb. the children laugh, and Mrs. Smith tells the lamb, "Shh, quiet down, be quiet back there." Right. Then its children start to sing again. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock, bah. The children start laughing again. Then Mrs. Smith gets very upset and says, "Go outside," and takes the lamb outside. Now the lamb is outside looking in the window, and Mrs. Smith is teaching her class. She asked, "What time is it now?" The children say, "It's 11 o'clock. "It's time for art class," says Mrs. Smith. The children say, "Yay!" And the lamb says, "Bah, I want to play with Mary." One girl says, "I'm painting a turtle." Another boy says, "I'm painting a cat." The other boy says, "I'm painting a whale." A different girl says, "I'm painting a rabbit." And Mary says, "I'm painting a lamb." Oh, the lamb sees Mary painting the picture and says, "Mary misses me. I want to go in." Alright, but for this time, this story, we're going to choose ending 2. The lamb doesn't go inside. And the lamb stays outside to be very patient. And the lamb says, "I'll be patient and wait for Mary. But I'm hungry. I'll eat some grass." And the lamb eats a lot of the grass that's growing tall in the schoolyard. The teacher says, "It's break time." All the children say, "Yay!" And Mary goes outside to see her lamb. "Thank you for waiting," she says to the lamb. And the lamb says, "Bah, bah," happily as Mary gives her a hug. Now Mrs. Smith comes outside and sees the grass is all cut, and she's very happy. She says, "The grass looks nice here." "Oh, it does. Someone cut it," says a girl. The boy says, "No, the lamb ate it." Another girl says, "Mrs. Smith, can the lamb come again tomorrow?" "If it stays outside," says the boy. David, Alice, they both say, "I don't mind. Yes, outside is okay." "All right, Mary," says Mrs. Smith, "your lamb can be our school gardener." Okay, they sang a song together. Being patient. I'm glad I waited patiently, patiently, patiently. I'm glad I waited patiently for Mary at her school. We are glad you waited patiently, patiently, patiently. We're glad you waited patiently for Mary at her school. The end. See you later. Bye-bye.